bagida. Light up my card with a sweet one, please. Someone flicks me a bag bagida. Say, oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah. It's a full strong, yeah. Oh, it's another one. It's another one, yeah.
Good evening, people. And good evening to Rico. R&R Hour, Boxing's R&R Hour, the best bit of bants online. Produced by two of the best looking guys on boxing, Twitter, reporting, you name it. What do you think about that, Rico? Am I right?
We are quite good looking. I won't dispute that. But yes, big up, Ra. Lovely to see you again for another riveting episode of the R&R Hour. How are you? How's everything?
I'm fab. Just currently abroad. Try and guess by my retro 1970s tracksuit what country I'm trying to fit in with.
It has to be like Poland or like Lithuania or some shit like that.
Yeah, you'd think, right? Some sort of USSR type, Olympic team member type thing. Nowhere near there. I'm actually in Turkey at the moment. So.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
What are the kebabs saying, bro?
Haven't had a kebab yet. That's tomorrow. So this is my first full day here.
You touched down in Turkey, no kebab.
I'm from North London. I mean, that's practically part of Turkey now. So Turkish food is become the norm for me. Listen, next time you're on a show in London, especially if it's North London, we'll have to eat somewhere because I know down there on the south coast you don't get much flavoursome food.
Right, and I will be at the where will we be? We will be in Bournemouth for Okoli Billiam Smith. And we will be eating
Zims for lunch
at a Zimbabwean restaurant in Zimbabwe.
Yeah.
So yeah, man, it's gonna be lit. But yeah, right. Wow, incredible scenes in the boxing world. Do you want to kick off the first sort of debate?
Right, should we start with a quick review of last weekend? That big show in America. Gervonta Davis came through, I think, as you predicted. So I got my prediction wrong, but as I always put the disclaimer out there, I always predict based on something whack, based on what I want to happen. But anyway, I don't know what you made of it. Me personally, still not high on Gervonta Davis. Great win, great at the box office. But you know what? As a hardcore fan, do we care how much fighters are earning? I mean, yeah, I want them to do well and earn a lot of money, but I'm not gonna big up a guy just because he sells loads of tickets. As a fan of the sport, it's purely the sporting aspect that I'm interested in, and he ain't the number one lightweight in the world still, and I think that we're still letting him and his promotional team.
Are you saying that he's not the face of boxing? You're saying that he's not the face of boxing?
No, he's not. Listen, he's a face of boxing, and maybe the bar's been dropped so low in America that all you need to do is do a big pay-per-view sale.
Right, very quickly, because you know how very quickly, because you know how the and obviously it doesn't have to be an R&R hour, you know, we can always overextend. But big up to Tony Ellis.
Big up Tony and
we have to always say Tony's have to, bro, man. Have to. Saka, they're always here with us, man, like through thick and thin. So hopefully when this shit starts to blow, we're gonna take you guys with us. So yeah, Saka, wait, we let me go back because when you and I get into it, we just get into it. So I just need to big up the dynamic duo. Shout out to Saka, man. Big love. Did Garcia quit? Okay. All right, so we're gonna go on yours first, Saka, and then we're gonna go on Ellis's. I'll start. Ra, you go then after. Did Garcia quit? The knee was applied. Because I was questioning why the knee was applied. I didn't realize that it was just played. Why was it played? But you know, as I said in the previous analyses between Ra and I, you know, if Garcia didn't take him out early, then Tank would have downloaded and obviously dispersed of him quite unequivocally. But I think he can you say a fighter quits? Can you really say? Because I mean, there's no excuses, and we're not bringing up clauses or anything like that, right? We're not going to bring up anything like that. But if we're just going fight based solely on this fight, did he quit? I would have to say yes, right? Because the second round, why was he throwing 4 left hook jabs or whatever the fuck in a row against one of the greatest counter punches of this current crop of wheat? So yeah, I think he did quit. Ra, you go.
Yeah, I'm much less equivocal about it. He did quit, and I'm not going to hate on him. We don't know what a liver shot like that what it feels like. Actually, the one time I've been knocked out in sparring was from a body shot, precisely because I told my mate all them years ago, I don't get why fighters get knocked out by body shots. How can that happen? And he said, I'll show you how it can happen. Anyway, but mine wasn't a liver shot. So I don't know what that pain feels like to get hit by one of the biggest hitters in the game. But yeah, he did quit because, as Darshan pointed out, he got up at the count of 10. So he was able to get up, but he chose not to till the count was completed. So not going to hate on him. Not going to say that's the end of him as a fighter or any of that bullshit. Listen, a lot of the greatest fighters, including the biggest warriors, Muhammad Ali famously said there were numerous times in his career he wanted to quit, but he didn't. Now, a lot of that is down to preparation, a lot is down to conditioning, all of that. So if Ryan could go away and take this game a lot more seriously than he has, maybe next time he gets hit by a shot like that, he won't quit. So, but in this instance, he did. So yeah, he's got some rebuilding to do, both physically and in terms of his reputation. And Davis he is in a position to go on to those mega fights and establish himself as a great. But as Tony Ellis, big up Tony, as he's saying there, will he? Because it's him and Ellaby, they're still happy to just go on about how he's the A side, he's the the face of boxing, as I want to call him. I don't think he is. Call me an old timer, as we've just been talking on WhatsApp. I make no pretense. I'm not down with you youngsters, but I remember the days the face of boxing was Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. What that meant was you were known worldwide, even by people who weren't boxing fans. If you mention Muhammad Ali's name in Bangladesh or, China, where there was virtually no boxing tradition, people would still know, and yeah, he's that champion boxer. Same with Mike Tyson. Tank Davis, does ordinary people even in America know who he is? If you walk down the street and ask some old granny, do you know who Gervonta Davis is? Would she know? Nah. He's a big seller amongst boxing fans and casual sports fans, probably. Well done to him. I don't think that qualifies you for being the face of boxing, but hey, good luck, and let's hope him and his team aren't going to be silly about the Shakur and Devin Haney fights, because that trio of fights between them, that is, that's the highest quality of fights that can be made, I think, in the game. What do you think about this whole face of boxing thing?
Oh, I in terms of commercial value between all of them, then yes, he's correct. He will earn more money fighting a Rolly Romero 2, whereas a Devin Haney and a Lomachenko will only get a certain amount of money. He's absolutely right. Ryan Garcia, he didn't just spark out Ryan Garcia. He sparked out Mexico America, bro. That's what you don't understand. Mexico America took the knee when Ryan took the knee. Julio Cesar Chavez Sr. knew once Ryan took that knee, that was it. Vamos. Right. So the commercial so the seeds that Mayweather and Ellaby and the nook of TBE promotions have been planting all these years, it's grown. It has grown. However, do we know if Ellaby is even involved in Tank's career now? I know that Al Heyman is still his advisor. We don't know who's going to be getting money from this pot, but we do know that it's a substantial pot. However, a major concern is that he's going to go prison real quick, bro. Like
course,
maybe like a couple of weeks. And from what I can see, the judge is just like, yeah, bro, like, because I'm not going to say, you guys can please Google and things or whatever like that. The show is all about boxing, so I'm not here to shit on Javante. For what the situation is about, you make your own decisions about it. But all I know is that the face of boxing is not going to be the face for much longer. So we move on now to tonight. Lomachenko versus Devin Haney. Okay, the real lightweight extravaganza, because these men have not cut corners. Okay, well, Lomachenko, yeah, fine. But Devin Haney has not cut any corners. He has cut the weight. No corners, bro. The weight. Right. We don't cut corners, we cut the weight. Merch coming soon. Look, at the end of the day, Devin is going to fight Lomachenko, who has been regarded as probably the number one lightweight for however many years until TO whatever. And he's gonna take what's his. And I think that young man, him and Shakur, are going about their business the right way. I think that Tank, if he meets either one of them, it's either a UD or I don't know, because it depends. Like what would be the caveats, the caveats. I'm still trying to use that word in the right sentence. What would be the drawbacks to their fight? Because Tank's not just gonna fight. Ryan and Haney are 140 pounds. They're not staying at this weird whatever it is. Like they're not gonna do that. You can lose weight. You can't lose weight in your bones. At that age, you're growing very fast, by the looks of them. And no matter how much, if Haney, let's shout out to Chris B. Big up the brother Chris B. If Haney beats Loma, he needs to challenge Tank. Thing is, though, Chris, it's not a thing where if this person beats this person, this fight just gets made. It doesn't happen like that. I think now it will be like that. But Haney will be a free agent. Will he go to PBC, to Showtime, to fight Tank? Do we know that Tank is going to take the fight? If he takes the fight, will he be at 140 pounds? Well, Mario Barrios came out and said that there was a rehydration clause with his contract. Nobody knew about that. So yeah, you just never know with the PBC. Well,
yeah. What do you make of this idea that because Tank hit so hard and Devin, because he got rocked against Linares, it's inevitable he'll get caught? Me personally, I always use one common example. Cassius Clay got put down and almost out by Henry Cooper, but he never did get knocked out by bigger punches. So I don't know why people are so eager to write a fighter off as chinny, because they show vulnerability once. So
yeah, but Rob, he fought Linares. Right, Ryan didn't fight Linares. He fought Luke Campbell, who Linares beat.
Yeah, exactly.
So like, I don't understand what these people are trying to do to discredit this young man, but I will have none of it. And I truly believe when he beat Lomachenko today, like I've been saying for the past 6 years, right? He will be solidified in these 135 streets, and he needs to move up immediately. There's no more fights for him at 135. There is, but Shakur and him is down the line. Like how they let him and Ryan brew, they can let that brew. Do you know what I mean? So Ryan rebuilding, he doesn't have much rebuilding to do. We all know how good he is. You know, it just takes a Jojo Diaz or a someone juicy at 140 world fringe to be right up in the talks and the rankings. And the thing is that Ryan has such a big social media following, being the young charismatic man that he is. There's not much rebuilding to do for these guys, man. So just all of you fight, get it on in quick succession.
Chris B's making a good point. Ryan should fight Tio Lopez. I think that's absolutely fight.
Tio Lopez has his own shit to deal with right now. Ryan Taylor, Josh Taylor. Sorry, Josh Taylor will beat the shit out of him, bro. Right? As much of the shit that I give Josh Taylor, he will beat, bro, and it won't even be funny. It'll be a flogging. All right. So Tio needs to just sort the shit out with his dad. Whatever they need to do, you can't go on Jerry Springer anymore. R.I.P. Jerry. Do what you need to do. Sort yourself out, and be a half decent enough challenge because they're both coming in the lowest they've ever felt in their lives. All right, mentally. So
do you think Chris is right? That'd be a good fight though. If Josh Taylor beats the crap out of Lopez, which hopefully he will after Lopez made those offensive comments. Wouldn't that be a good fight?
No,
Two young hotshots, let them fight each other.
Well, yeah, I mean, it's the battle of the opposites now, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? We've kind of seen them all fight each other, and now we're seeing them, fight the other elites in at 140. But there's just so much. There's just so much juice. There's just Regis Prograde. You've got Catterall. It seems like they're gonna fight. Ryan's obviously going to be going up to 140. There's so much at 140 right now that's just so juicy. So we just
plenty to keep them occupied.
As long as they all fight each other, I'm happy. It's. I've not got a dog in the race. I can give an opinion, but at the end of the day, I do want to see Tony. I do want to see Taylor Catterall too, obvious reasons. But it's hard. It's hard for that fight to happen. It is.
Mm-hmm.
There's too much ego. They can be at the same promotion. It doesn't matter. There's so much. Because Josh feels like he won. And that's the biggest problem. If you feel like you won when you lost, you're not going to make a concession or say, yeah, this or whatever. You're going to be like, no, I beat him. He's going to get 10%. No lights in the dressing room. Nothing. Do you know what I mean? So Jack is obviously like, nah, fuck this guy. I done my thing against him, this, that, and the third. So, they just need to get through their next fights. I just need to see them in the ring. That's it.
Exactly.
Fight in the ring is good enough for me right now.
They have been inactive, the two of them. Can we just step away from lightweights and super lightweights for a sec? Because, of course, our own Joe Cordina last week also, massive show. What a fight. Career was a slow burner, but finally really established himself, didn't he?
Yes, the Cordina. He looked like he could have gone another 6-7 rounds. Big up to yours truly, Trey. Please follow our guy on the Boxing iHub family. Yeah, incredible. I interviewed my guy Kais Ashfaq. Fuck, I hope I'm saying his name right. He yesterday.
Perfect.
Yes, thank you very much. Interviewed him. Obviously, they're very, very good friends with each other. He was telling me that he obviously was detrimental due to his southpaw, stance and obviously knowledge and everything like that. So that I feel like that really helped Joe. And I don't know, Joe just seems like Arnold Schwarzenegger in the first Terminator, bro. He just doesn't seem like he's gonna be defeated by normal means. He looked like he could have gone another 8 rounds, bro. That's weird Because Rakimov, his face looked like it didn't look nice at all.
Yeah, and Rakimov was the one who was considered to be the more of an endurance fighter, pressure over the distance that it told. But yeah, Cordina took his time to get here, but now he's here.
He beat the shit out of a Russian. Let's just say out here right now. He beat the shit out of a Russian, bro.
Mm-hmm.
That's
some great fights for him now.
That in itself is just not like it's not done in the modern era, as we've seen across all sports. Okay. So for Cordina to just look like he could just slap another 6 rounds against another Russian contender, I'm like yes. You know,
who would you like to see him fight next?
I would have felt like the Shakur fight would have been perfect. I feel like we were robbed, you know, of that fight. But I don't see what's my guy saying. He's trained by Eddie Reynoso. Ortiz?
Oscar Valdez. Well, Valdez and Navarrete are fighting.
There's like 3 Valdezes, like
in September. Christ. Yeah, Valdez and Navarrete are scheduled to fight, I think, in September. I mean, Valdez has got a warm up in May, and then him and Navarrete fight for, I think, the WBO title. Yeah, because obviously Shakur vacated that, so the winner of that against Cordina, wow, I would love to see that. But
yeah, I mean, he should unify now. Yeah, he should unify now. You know, after Rakimov, I think Rakimov, for me, I feel like that would have been his biggest test at the weight, apart from Shakur. But and Valdez, sorry. But yeah, it seems. I think he cleans up shop. I think like it'll just be more headaches for Eddie to be making all the deals and stuff for the unifications. Is he big enough for 135? I don't know. He seems like he is. Like what's
having seen him up close?
Because we
nah, I don't think so.
I've not met him. He's like one of the only ones
close, and I've seen lightweights like someone like Mark Chamberlain, Luke Campbell as well. I was shocked by the size of them. So
yeah, they're like welterweights. They're literally right. They're like welterweights. They're like
they're welterweights who boil down. Joe is now 31. I don't think he can. Obviously, he can't boil down excessively like someone in their 20s. So I don't think he'll be big enough at lightweight, especially as guys like Devin and Shakur. They're still young, so they're probably boiling off insane amounts of weight. Well, in Devin's
it's very unhealthy what those young men are doing to their bodies. I feel very, very, very unhealthy.
Yeah, but for any sustained period, forget it.
All right, like, bro, it's been like 7 years.
Yeah, exactly. 7 years. Let's see. Before we move on, our friend Trey, and for anyone who has forgotten, remember, Trey and Chris do the show Wednesdays and Sundays. So big up to them. Tune in.
Tune in tomorrow.
Let's see.
Boxing roundup. Very insightful, very entertaining.
Zelfa and Cordina, good fighting Wells, absolutely. And all the rumors are that's the next one.
Okay. Okay. Why are we doing this? Zelfa I love Zelfa. I love him. We all know what's gonna happen to this guy, man, and it's not right that people are just forcing it through there. I love Zelfa. I do, but what I saw Rakimov do and what I saw Cordina do to Rakimov, you can't even say like rule of 3. There's just no, you know. Cordina dispersed the Russian. Are people like? I feel like you know that guy that warns people in movies, about there's some shit that's gonna happen. No one believes him, and then the shit happens, and then he comes in there like, "Yo, I wish you guys believed me when I said that."
Zelfa's being fed to Cordina as an interim.
Yeah. Isn't
it
obvious?
The real big fights.
Hit me in the comments section. Is it not obvious that this young man is just getting fit? Like it's not fair for him not to have at least 2 fights or 1 fighter to kind of choose to a Cordina, then get fed to him like this, right after losing to the guy that he just beat.
Yeah. My colleague
Am I the
Dan
only
Kelly
one?
over at
Am I the only one?
Niche Sport,
Like, no?
he says he's a Mancunian himself. He's saying Zelfa should really go down the WBA route, try and get that world title, and then later down the line get the Cordina fight.
I love Zelfa. I love my light-skinned brother, man. But no matter what route he goes down, he will get his ass whooped, okay, by Cordina at the end of it. So, you know, I really want that Zelfa interview, man, because I really like Zelfa, man. Like, I really do. But I have to be honest in my assessment of both of their abilities. It's nothing personal. It's just I just feel like Cordina right now is just not a good. Don't do that. Don't.
All right. Well, let's see what Eddie Hearn's got in mind for both of them. I just keep saying these promoters, they're ruthless. They're looking at their own pockets first, not the careers of their fighters. Well, I mean, the other big news
Chris
announced.
D. Why would Cordina? Oh, sorry, bro. Sorry. Nah, carry on.
I was going to say, let's go into the big announcement that happened this week. Upcoming fight, the rematch. Eubank and Smith 2. Do we need it? Do the fighters need it? Do you want to see it? What's your views on it?
I was one of the very few ilk that said that Chris that Beefy was gonna hand Chris his first, well, not first, but his definitive KO loss.
Mm-hmm.
Said that shit. I want money on that shit, and it made me feel good as a human being. Do I think that this is a good idea for Christopher to do again? No. Only because he doesn't actually realize that he lost to the better, mentally stronger fighter. I believe that Chris is, in terms of brute strength and just straightforwardness, I don't know if that can be a category, then yeah, I would definitely give it to Chris. But the thing is that Beefy's been in there with the best of the best, bro. The guy fought Canelo, bro. And people disrespected this guy as if to say that Chris was just going to go in there and just smash him up after 2 rehydration clauses.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know where the logic was there. Boxing fans, you chill with that one. But I'll take this W in the sense that, you know, I knew that he was going to be beat. I don't think that mentally he's there either for victory in this fight, you know. I think once he gets in there with the Beef Maestro, we're gonna see some seasoning, you know, some slapping with the big hammer ting, you know, when Salt Bay hits the steak and then it goes
tenderizing, it's called.
Thank you, Ra. Thank you. Tenderizing. We're gonna see some Liverpoolian tenderizing, and it's just not gonna be good for the soul, man. So, you know, but I'll be there. Because I'm just that guy.
Is, where else did Eubank Jr. have to go? The Ben fight, the proposed Ben fight, I guess, fell through. I don't know if he got spooked by what the board was saying, that anyone who takes part in a fight with Ben, they'll get sanctioned. So that essentially went. What else has he got to go? Can he turn it around? I mean,
where has he ever had to go? No, Ra, where has he ever had to go? He's never had to go. Like, look, bro, it's been a great nostalgia act. Okay, it's been good.
Mm.
But out of the two, right, Connor and Eubank, Connor vastly outweighs, regardless of whatever. In terms of talent, Connor will definitely, I don't know, I hope, whatever, you know, he in terms of the two sons, he's definitely the one there, bro. Because Chris,
yeah,
if he really was gonna do something, he would have beat Billy Joe. Then he would have beat whoever it was in that tournament. then he would have aspired to greatness, bro. But he's not done it, and
I
he's
think
kind of just come into his shell.
I
It's
think
true.
it's
What
fair to
am I
say.
lying?
Talk of greatness. I think that ship well and truly sailed. But well, Chris V's making a good point. A Billy Joe fight that could be intriguing. They're both damaged goods now, and they both hate each other. So a
It's
bit
another
like
Khan
Khan
or
and
Brook.
Brooker. Yeah,
It's
at the end of their career, they're both damaged, and it's actually still intriguing
look,
because of that.
DAZN or whatever promotional company, you don't need to capitalize on these last beefs, man. I swear to God, you need to do some serious thinking about this shit, because look how much cheddar you would have made on Kell Brook and everything. So those last beef fights, they have value to the fans and to the fighters themselves. So yeah, man, why not? Fuck it. But yeah, I don't think Chris should do that. I think it's a really bad idea. I think it's career ending. And I think that Beefy will probably take the best fighter or fight purse at that time. I think it's just that, because obviously all the belts are tied up and everything. Unless he wants to move to 160, I don't think that's a good idea, because you get obviously the big 160ers, because he's quite small. So yeah, it's yeah, Chris, don't do it. But if you're gonna do it, I'm gonna be there. So yeah.
Looks like it's a done deal almost for Liverpool. You interested in? Sorry, I didn't catch that. Say that again.
No, you carry on, bro. You carry on.
Yeah, I mean, what do you make of the undisputed super middleweight fight? Savannah's coming back straight into a fight with the American Franchon Cruz. I think that's a great fight. Kudos to her for coming straight back. And I actually think the women's super middleweight division can be intriguing, because there's a couple of those ladies. They've all lost to Clarissa. I think the right to fight her again at super middleweight, they should have their own little tournament between them. There's her, Franchon, and of course the German Christina Hammer. Will Savannah become the new undisputed champion?
I'll be very honest with you. I love anything Savannah and Marshall and combined. I was there at the weigh-in of Savannah Marshall Shields. It was just spectacular. I won't lie. Like, it was just really, really good all around. We had Alicia Baumgardner, we had Maya. Yeah, man, it was good stuff. It was really, really good stuff. But what was the question again, Ross? Sorry, I was transported back into
our
that
friend
moment.
Chris asked,
what do I think about the whole tournament? Right. So, okay. I think that Marshall will spark out everybody, every underling except for Shields. Shields at super middle. It doesn't. Do you know what it is? Like, let's be honest with ourselves. Like, guys cutting weight and females cutting weight is very different.
I'd agree.
If they wanted to gain weight, they can almost breathe, and it's just there, another 8 pounds. Like, it's losing the weight that's essentially the I'm not going to go into tids and bits, but that can be a factor. I really think that Marshall, I think she needs that second fight with Shields, man. For me anyway, financially, because I need to get back the peas that I lost when I fucking bet on her to spark her out. And she got her ass beat over 10 rounds, bro. Anyway, but releasing that frustration, I really feel that it's great. Why not? Shields is on everything, bro. Like, she's had the great. She has an unlikability factor, which affects her. But in terms of skills, she's the best. Her and Katie Taylor are rivaled in terms of ability, in terms of prowess. I'd say that Katie has the far better resume, but I feel that sweet Caroline Dubois is ready to absolutely decimate, chop up into 5 and 9 every other female boxer in from 135 to 154. She told me. So yeah, a quick plug there for her.
Wow.
But I'm really excited about it. Really excited. I love Savannah Marshall. I love her. Like she fights like a guy, bro. She sparks man out and she just leaves their soul there. So yeah, I'm excited.
I'll tell you, that division is so exciting. For me, the danger woman to really look out for is the New Yorker, Shadacia Green, who we saw on the undercard over there in New York. I can't remember what matchroom card it was, but Shadacia,
that was the Baumgartner Undisputed.
Of course, yeah. And she knocked out Celine Ederus, who took Franchon the full 12. She's a danger woman. So I think those 4 women at super middleweight, yeah, that it deserves a little mini tournament in its own right. And I would like to see, Savannah. We know she's a big hitter. If she comes through, her against Green, or even if Franchon wins, her against Green, that will be intriguing. Shadacia can really hit, so I think it's a great fight. And like I said, kudos to both women for winning it. And I don't know about you, I like Franchon. She's a character. She sings, she dances, she designs her own her own outfits.
Bring on all female women's boxers everywhere. I fully support you. No misogynisticness over here. Very, very much obviously looking forward to the Katie Taylor fight. That will be an interesting one. It'll be a heartbreaking one, I feel, at the end. But yeah, the return of Savannah Marshall, I've been wondering, because obviously I have inside information and they just didn't want to information me inside about her return. So it was really good, seeing her back at the press conference and just going straight into an undisputed fight. Because who does that?
Well, what did you make of Franchon's comments that Savannah is therefore pampered, saying, well, look, anyone else loses, they're going to build themselves back up. You get straight back in with an undisputed shot. And I think, well, yeah, but Franchon, you wanted to give her the shot because, here in England, this is where the money's at.
And she's not very good technically, respectfully.
Who,
so Savannah will, we know, Ra, like the pool is not deep in the women's division, no matter what division it is. And
so
at the end of the day,
because there's like 8 fighters in the world.
Who's the undisputed heavyweight champion, female champion right now?
Is there one?
Is there one, Ra? No. So we are making this up as we go, right? Good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what we're doing. We're just doing this. So she has no right to say anything because she's coming here for a payday anyway. So, I feel like you're just going to get murked by Marshall anyway. So come in, give a great showing, and let's expand the division because they will get bigger. It'll be light heavyweight and then heavyweight. I don't know, but let's see the development of women's boxing.
Yeah, it's come a long way. I have to confess, I used to be a skeptic, but now I want to go to the big fights when the women are on. And as Trey has pointed out, more undisputed fights in the last few years in the women's game than the men's. Enough said. Yeah, I asked Michaela Mayer about that. She said that partly they've got no choice because there's so few competitors. But I think also the women competitors, I don't think they've got the egos that men have. Yeah.
But what Trey's saying is there's been more undisputed fights in the women's division than there has in the men's because the pool is very shallow, Trey. It's almost like a UFC. UFC is such a young sport. It's like 30 years old or whatever. John Jones is the GOAT. Boxing, we can dispute, make documentaries, make biopics, make fucking everything to who we think is the GOAT. But, at the end of the day, it's subjective. So it's who you have, like, with their run with like that. But with women's boxing, it's so fresh, it's so young. You can say Katie Taylor's the GOAT or Guat. Clarissa Shields is the Guat. Like, do you know what I mean? We're still learning about the sport. We've not even covered all the weight divisions yet anyway. So, you know, it is what it is.
Well, what do you think about my theory, though, that maybe the ego factor? Because, you know, when a man loses, you get clowned. You get clowned mercilessly. When a woman gets beaten, does she get clowned in the same way? Do people laugh at a woman fighter because you got beaten by your rival in the same way men do? I'm not convinced they do.
Yes, they do, Rod. Women's boxing gets shitted on a daily basis. Like, honestly, if you just
do they get shitted on for losing to their rivals? I mean, Savannah, I don't remember her getting hated on.
There's not enough rivals for them to go about. You need that rival there. You beat her ass, save her for later, get something else, and then you go back. The talent pool is not deep enough. That's why you can get a Tasha Jonas trying to fight a Shields at 147 or 160.
Yeah. So true. You can't get that in the men's game. That was another announcement, of course. Tasha is fighting on the 6th of May in Birmingham. No announcement as to the opponent, but bit of an odd one that isn't making the undisputed fight, isn't making the Clarissa fight. I mean, who's left for her to fight?
Boxer for bringing out their star fighters without an opponent just in that poster. Right. Fraser Clark, a big one. Shout out to Fraser. I don't know.
Don't know what she's doing at 37. She can't really afford to keep being so picky about her opponents, can she?
Well, she's fighting with everything boxing right now. Shout out my little bro, Darshan. Big up my little bro, man. You know, she's hating.
When he wants, you can call out anyone.
She's hating on my young gunner, Ra. Nah, man. She's hating on my young gunner for her life choices. Don't do that, Tasha. Okay? Don't hate on the young man for your life choices. Because look. People are going to stop offering her bread. And that's her fault. So... But I do love you, Tasha. I'm not going to lie. Okay? There's always love for you over here. Right? But if you want my honest opinion, stop saying no and stop punching people out.
Yeah, you need to get those big fights in. I'm glad.
No, she's been offered all of them. She's been offered the biggest fighter, Shields. She's been offered her.
Yeah, can't keep turning those down. Biggest possible opportunities.
No, Ra. If you say no to the best thing there, you're not gonna do just go on your pilgrimage and figure it out and come back.
I'll tell you one fight that was announced, I believe, for the same night. I'm so glad he's got this opportunity. Is Tyler Denny European title clash? I mean, the guys just keeps getting overlooked by the board over and over again. He's done what we as fans.
I'm so happy that Denny's getting a shot, man. I'm so happy, like spiritually and everything. Like I genuinely prayed on Denny getting because he, and it's about time that Ben got him something, right? Because you can't keep on putting him in undercards on your show. He's beating people up, and then you're not giving him anything. Pay the man. Well, I mean, it's in hindsight, but I'm happy for Denny, man. I'm so happy for Denny, man. Really happy for Denny. Big up Dennis, bro.
He's like beating
lovely person, lovely human being. He will take pictures of the fans, media. He will give you a time. Lovely, lovely gentleman, man. Honestly.
And in the ring, it has to be emphasized. Remember, he's fought 4 unbeaten prospects in a row, defending that English title, and then the board then still overlook him for the British. I think. What's the point in these titles?
Are we surprised I really want to meet. The board are just shit?
Yeah. No, we're not surprised. And I mean, both me and you, when we go to these events, we can ever get hold of Robert Smith.
They don't
We need to
do
stick it on
interviews.
it.
They will
But
never give anybody interviews or anything like that because they don't have bullshit written down where they can just spew it like right there and then. No, I'm gonna be honest, right? Because nobody said we're not a big channel. Like I am media, but I'm just the guy that got lucky, right? And he's just doing the shit that he loves to do off of pure luck. So off of this luck, I'm just gonna say it like it is. The board, all of them, right? Like nothing is consistent, nothing makes sense. Their rules are just fucking bullshit. Like it just right now we please go and watch my or listen to my Twitter space with Nathaniel Collins, right? Who just been with Queensbury. He's even said
yeah,
the
big
only
up.
time I've ever been drug tested, and bearing in mind, he's been boxing his whole life. He's only been tested twice, right, in this year.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So it's all bullshit. It's all bullshit. Like you want to hate certain people or don't like them, fine, fair enough. But don't act like the system is just not correct. Like it's not.
Yeah.
And
Robert
that's just
Smith.
my two cents of the day.
Robert Smith, look out, we're coming for you.
Waste man. Well, we got on that last topic.
Last topic. This is one for you.
Oh God.
There's been some Twitter beef between some of our media colleagues today. Coogan and Travis J. What can you tell us about that, Rico?
Right. So I will be speaking to Travis Wednesday in a one-on-one. And I will hopefully have Travis on my Twitter space on Thursday to speak to some of the fans. He didn't really like you have to understand Travis doesn't realize that he actually has a following and stuff like that. So he's very down to earth. And having spoken to him about the situation that is ongoing with another boxing media personality, he feels very strongly in the sense that if they can't agree to something, then they can maybe agree to a fight, So obviously Coogan is not on it, like he said. But Travis is very on it. Very yeah, man. Now, if there's one exclusive I can give you, man, this brother's on smoke. Okay. So yeah, that's all I got for you. So yeah, Wednesday evening is when you'll hear it from his own mouth. So yeah.
Watch this space, literally. Rico's Twitter space. Always good fun when you host that.
I'm not a mediator of beef. However, if there's just chaos in front of me right there, so I want to know, you guys want to know, so hopefully we will all know midweek next week. So yeah.
What's the deal?
Follow me, follow Ra, follow all of the iHub family. Please follow my brother Trey out here. Who have we got there as well there, Ra? Say your piece.
Yeah, right. It's a relatively quiet week, of course. No major events this week. Next week we'll be looking at the big one over in Guadalajara, but we'll leave that for next week. Yeah, I'm away this week as I mentioned. So yeah, thanks. Our boy Trey, he's going to a small hall show up in Norwich. Provides the tickets, the ticket pass. You want to go to small hall shows? Check out his link, ticket pass. Trey and Chris, big up to them. They're doing the midweek and Sunday review shows. So tune in for that. And of course, yourself, you're doing bringing us fight content for Sporting Icons, one of the real stalwarts of this media game. And you can check me out on Punch Out Boxing. And yeah, like I said, small hall shows, major events, you name it, we do it all. bringing you some of that content from the world of boxing and some of the ridiculous stuff as well, as you just mentioned.
Very ridiculous. Very
ridiculous.
ridiculous. I might be at that Misfits card, man. I might be covering the whole thing. So you never know if there might be an hub boxing stream happening out here. But there's a couple of other things, you know, coming through. Please tune in for the roundup. Please follow me, my brother Ra over here to the left. Or right, I don't know which side I'm at. Also, please follow our brothers Trey and CB. Quick one. Hold on, we'll just read your questions there. Off topic, what were you watching on YouTube? I was watching Flagrant with Charlemagne the God and Andrew Schultz. So if you know, you know. Quick question is Daniel Dynamite, Real Fighting Man Dubois, and Usyk fight still happening? To be honest with you, bro, no, it doesn't look like it because AJ is going to fight Wilder. Actually, do you know what? I don't know. Tyson Fury is as Ra's best friend. Ra knows him better. So if you guys want all of your Tyson Fury questions, please redirect to this man's Instagram. He is ready to answer any time of the day, right? And I know he's got his calling on, so just call. He's abroad, so he's got time. Next one, Travis and KG are both undefeated fighters. Yes, they are. If we do get a Travis and Kugan Cassius fight, I want at least a 5% of there, bro, because like the thing that's going to drop
promoter.
Yes,
promoter.
Yes, bro. Yes,
definitely deserves it.
All of them, I'm coming to take over. I'm going to call it Time Show Promotions, and yeah, we're going to see how we do this year. Do we have any more questions? No, we don't. I will be running a space later on this evening. I'll be posting the links and stuff like that on the iBoxing Hub Twitter. Please follow myself again and Ra at Ra_Hokam and me KO_boxing. This has been the R&R Hour. I hope you guys have an incredible evening weekend. Ra, I hope you have an incredible evening weekend, and please get back home safely. Have a good one, guys.
I'll see you guys next week. Have a good one.
It's another band. All the Muslim cars now.